Welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that sorts the facts from the fibs. On David Mitchell's team tonight, a comedy legend who, let's face it, is probably a bit too good for all this nonsense. But she's here now, and we've locked the doors. It's Jennifer Saunders! And a man who once hosted a show about the country's favourite biscuit. He's going to love tonight hobnobbing with the stars. It's Richard Osman. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, a BBC breakfast host who often gets up at 3:30 a.m. So if she has a little nap tonight, we'll understand. It's Steph McGovern. And a YouTuber and vlogger. I haven't a clue what either of those are, but I have seen him on Strictly, so he's OK with me. It's Joe Sugg. We begin, as always, with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Richard, you're first up.
Last year, during a detox weekend at a health spa...
We'll stop you there, Richard. Lie.
During a detox weekend at a health spa, I slipped 3 emergency chocolate bars into a plastic bag and hid them in the cistern of my loo.
Please, team.
Why did you hide them in the toilet?
Because you weren't supposed to have anything like booze or anything in there at all, and all the food was sort of kale and
hang on,
juices.
So are you telling me this was so strict that they would check your rooms like some sort of prison cell where you had to hide it in the cistern? Did you say?
Yeah. They clean the rooms, and and you're not allowed to have anything there, and it's all...
Is it like that in prison? Do you go in with a suitcase? Yeah, take that, it's fine, we'll check your cell later.
I don't know, is it?
So, what were the chocolates that you'd hidden?
Some Maltesers, a twirl and a double-decker.
And what did you put them in before you put them in the cistern?
I had them in a little Ziploc. You know, like when you go through customs at the airport, one of those little bags.
What, those things that aren't with a zip on? You heard the question, Richard.
A Ziploc bag. You know, they're plastic, aren't they?
Yeah, but it has to be completely watertight at the end. The bit with the zip joins the end.
And also Ziploc bags are water.
I think you find wetsuits don't have zips on them. I rest my case.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
An example. And did you eat them all over the weekend, or did you?
No, I ate them all on the first evening.
What treatments did you go for?
Oh God, all sorts of awful, like peels.
Peels?
Peels?
What did you have peeled, Richard?
Hot rocks. Sorry.
You had your hot rocks peeled.
Yeah. You know what? I would genuinely recommend it.
Who did you go with?
My partner.
See, this is the bit that I don't believe, that he's got a partner.
Yeah.
Did you share the toilet?
Excuse me?
Did you share the toilet?
I mean, in what sense? I mean...
Were you sharing a bathroom?
We have got to the stage of the relationship where we are able to use the same toilet. Yeah. Not at the same time.
Yeah. It's not as romantic as you'd think, is it, using it at the same time? It's not the same as a bath.
First month...
It's just not very practical.
Yeah. You can't act those first months where you're always sitting on the toilet together and...
With a candle on the cistern. Shall we go and have a wee, darling?
What do you think would have happened if you'd have got caught with chocolate in the room?
Oh, do you know what? I tell you exactly what would have happened. Nothing. But it felt like I was alive for the first time in many years.
So what do you think? Is he telling the truth, Joe? What do you think?
I mean, that's definitely a lie. From me, I think that's a lie.
Why?
I just can't believe it.
Well, that's a good definition of a lie.
I don't think there's anywhere that would be that strict about you bringing things in, apart from prison, obviously.
So we think it's a lie, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying lie?
Strong lie.
OK.
OK, they say it's a lie. Richard, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Richard didn't hide emergency chocolate bars in his loo. Jennifer, you're next.
I once broke into a convent and stole food from some nuns.
Please do.
When did this happen?
When I was hungry. Quite hungry. Which was when I was young and didn't have any money.
How young?
Not 18, 19.
Was it just you, or was there anyone else involved?
A friend helped me.
And what did you steal?
I stole vegetables.
Vegetables?
Stole
When was it?
vegetables.
Is it the 19th century?
Oh, because that's nuns. Nuns grow things in gardens.
Well, they do on TV, but in real life they go to Asda.
All nuns grow vegetables.
My God.
No, they don't.
They do.
No.
They
I
do.
can't imagine a nun not growing vegetables.
Yeah. If you can name a nun who doesn't grow vegetables, then go ahead.
Trevor Nunn.
What I did was, while she distracted them at the door, I snuck round into their garden, which they do have, it's not just on TV, and stole vegetables.
Dug them up?
No, you don't dig up all vegetables. There are some hanging.
Like what?
Beans.
You're milking a cow now. Is there a cow there as well? Don't worry, we'll get some milk while we're at it. So you lived near this nunnery?
No, we had to drive there.
Why, if you were poor, did you have a car?
She had a car.
Right, so...
How did you get 2 syllables out of poor? You almost got more syllables than there are letters.
How far was the car journey, Jennifer?
About 40 minutes, I suppose.
You drove for 40 minutes? That's doing a heist.
It was a heist.
It would have cost you more in petrol.
Yeah,
to
not in those
just
days.
buy potatoes and
Not
tomatoes.
in 1980, no. Petrol was quite cheap then.
What do you think? Does this sound as though it could be true?
No way.
So, Steph, you think it's a lie. Joe,
Yeah.
which way?
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
I think it's true.
No.
Just the one syllable.
What, that you...
I was waiting for the rest of it.
So what's it going to be?
I have to go with the majority, even though I feel it's true.
OK, they say it's a lie. Jennifer, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Matt. So, Joe, what is Matt to you?
This is Matt. After I made his life hell on the Strictly tour, he took revenge by gelling my hair with Marmite.
Steph, how do you know Matt?
This is Matt. Together, we once threw some knickers at Jennifer Saunders.
Lee, what is your relationship with Matt?
This is Matt, and when he broke both his arms, I used to pop round his house and scratch his itches with a knitting needle.
So there we have it. David's team, where'd you start?
OK, Joe, what was Matt's role on the Strictly tour?
Strictly Tour is where the people who've been on the show go around the country and you have competitions.
Yes, it's like a little mini competition within itself, and he was one of the hair and makeup guys. So they'd arrived before we did and set everything up on the makeup table. Yeah. So I would get there before he did, hide underneath, and wait for ages. He'd come along, set stuff up, and I'd grab him by the ankles and film it. Obviously.
Oh, and film it.
Film it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I do it quite a lot. Behind curtains, behind, like, stages, everything. I just try and get a montage
places.
of making Matt jump.
Oh, so started off with ankles under the table and then it escalated into full assault.
Massive. So he had enough towards the end, and we did this one number where I had to have a mohawk for our dance. And then on the last show, he got an empty wax pot and put a whole tub of Marmite in there and used that on my mohawk.
You could smell it? No.
So I couldn't at the time because there's so many other different products and stuff around.
And did half the audience absolutely love it?
Did it work?
It held it, yeah. Because I didn't notice until we got out there, and then we could both smell it because we left the backstage bit.
Oh, it's horrible. Imagine picking up your partner and getting that yeasty smell.
After you'd done the dance, so you then realised it was him. What happened then? Did you confront him? Did you see him?
We just had a moment of, like, well done, you got me. But then, obviously, he doesn't want to lose his job, so he had to rinse it out afterwards.
Well, you can get sacked for japes, can you?
What's japes?
Japes. Japes, you know, practical jokes.
Oh, yeah, well, I think so, yeah.
Well, you're grabbing his ankles. How come you didn't get sacked?
Because I was...
A star.
All right, who would you like to go to next?
So, Steph, this knicker throwing.
Yeah, Matt and I threw knickers at Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer, right.
Where?
They were nuns and they were trying to get you out of the garden.
Liverpool.
Empire.
Yeah.
Never give them options.
What was the show? What was the show called?
French and Saunders.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good. I'd like that. I've heard of it.
I have to ask, why were you throwing pants?
Because Matt and I are big fans of French and Saunders, and we thought that would be a creative way to get your attention and tell you that we think you're brilliant.
Did it get your attention?
No, I don't remember that at all.
But the windmill got your attention.
Pardon?
The windmill.
What windmill?
What's that?
So we decided, as a backup, we'd also make windmills with your face on. So we made one of Don French and one of you.
Can I just check, is this going to end in a restraining order?
What sort of windmills?
You know those things you put in your garden or you get on the beach or whatever?
So not a windmill.
No, not
One of
like
those little
Throw a whole
things.
windmill at somebody.
I think we understood that it wouldn't grind grain.
Into the show we threw the knickers, and then when we realised that hadn't worked, then we went backstage and waited for you. That's the stage door.
When you say worked, what were you expecting to happen?
Just like to, I don't know, just to...
Be invited backstage. Who threw those knickers? Would you like to go out for a drink?
Yeah, but I was a teenager, you know. There wasn't social media and things back then, so we couldn't tweet you and say anything, or...
This is what it was like before the internet. When before blogging or Twitter, you had to write a message on a windmill and throw it at people. Life was so simple.
That's what Grindr used to be.
We weren't trying to chat them up, we were just trying to show our, appreciation.
So the windmills had their faces on, and the idea with the windmills is that you'd hand them over.
Yeah, and just go, we love you.
Here's a windmill with your face on it.
The international language of love.
Charming.
Yeah.
That is charming.
Here's a windmill, not
Yeah.
here's a windmill, now can I have a selfie?
I think
that's
better.
quite
It's
nice.
better than the
It is quite nice, Jennifer, but if it's true, the sad ending to this, all this effort she made and you have no recollection of it whatsoever.
How do you know Matt?
Yes.
We grew up together.
How would he say the word poor?
Actually, he's turned a bit posh now, so...
Okay.
So he wouldn't say it at all.
Yeah.
So, Lee...
Can you remind us, Lee?
This is Matt, and I used to pop round to his house when he broke both his arms so I could itch him with knitting needles.
Yeah. Now, on what basis should we believe that?
Because if it's not true, there's a chance she's been throwing windmills at people.
How do you know Matt?
Who's Matt? Oh, this fella?
Yeah.
Oh. I do a show called Would I Lie to You? And a few seconds ago, he just walked on stage. And since then, we've become really good friends. I know Matt because... I was going to say we went to school together. I've changed my mind. I used to take him to school. I'll drop him off because he's my son. That'll do. He's my son. I know Matt. I don't actually know Matt very well. I play five-a-side football with the local dads, and he plays sometimes. He's one of the sons of one of the fathers. And so I know him a little bit, just to say hello. Yeah. So I say, hello, Matt. And he never waves, but we know why now. And I felt a bit responsible, if I'm going to be honest, about the breaking of the arms. And so I felt the least I could do is pop round and see how he is. And so...
Why did you feel responsible?
Well, I broke his arms. And I think that was it.
How did you break them?
I was reversing in my car. And he was up a ladder.
OK.
And he was putting me off, so I thought, I'll have him. Just nudged the ladder gently. And so I didn't really break his arms, gravity did.
Where was this ladder, Lee?
It was from the ground up to where he was painting a window ledge.
So what chain of events led to you going into his home and scratching his itch?
A few days later, after the incident, I was playing football with his dad, and I felt bad, and, you know, I even said, does he want to play? He doesn't have to go in goal. And... He said, no, he can't play. He's in agony. And so I said, I'll pop round and see how he's getting on. And so I knocked on the door. And he answered the door, and that was awkward.
How did he answer the door?
It's not dignified seeing a man opening the door with his teeth. Especially with a glass window. He was all squat, all his nose. So I said to him, is there anything I can do? He says, I've got a terrible itch. And I said, well, it must be horrible under that plaster. He went, oh, no, bad news, that's not where the itch is.
So you got the knitting needles?
Got the knitting needles, one up the arm, and I did everywhere. I gave him the full scratching treatment.
And how many times did you return to the house to scratch him?
How many times? I would say in total 12. It wasn't just to obviously, you know...
On 12 occasions, you returned to the house?
A few times, because he couldn't go to the toilet either.
So you were essentially a full-time carer?
No. His dad would help out sometimes.
Right, OK.
But I felt responsible, and it was...
You were responsible.
I felt responsible.
How is Matt now? Is he fully recovered?
Well, he hasn't moved his arms, I've noticed.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Matt Joe's pranking pal, Steph's lingerie launcher, or Lee's plastered patient?
I think it's Lee.
I was there, and even I don't believe it.
Let's put Lee aside for now.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
I don't think Marmite would hold. I think it's sloppier than that.
You would smell it straight away as well, wouldn't you?
I mean, it's a risky thing for someone to do to a star, isn't it? I think it's Steph.
You think it's Steph?
It'd be great to go for Steph, because if it's true, it's
true,
lovely.
it'd be great,
and if it's false, it's brilliant that you think it's her.
Yes.
So you're going to go for Steph?
We think it's Steph, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Matt, and together, Steph and I, through knickers, with Jennifer Saunders.
Yes, Matt is Steph's lingerie launcher. Thank you very much, Matt. Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies. And we start with... It's Richard.
Oh. To avoid being disturbed backstage on Pointless, I have a fake name on my dressing room door.
Who did you get disturbed by?
Oh,
People with windmills with his face on. We call them freaks, Steph.
Just contestants, essentially. You don't want contestants to be knocking on the door and
Why
coming
not?
in. Because sometimes you've got question papers, and so, I don't want them seeing what the questions are for their show.
All right.
So what name do you put on the door to stop people knocking? Is it Rob Brydon?
I use the name the Reverend Wendy Benson.
The Reverend Wendy Benson? Is there a Reverend Wendy Benson?
Well,
There must be.
But the key thing is, I am not the Reverend Wendy Benson.
What does Xander have on his...
He is Sir Peter Morehouse.
Peter Morehouse?
Yeah.
He invented the hovercraft, didn't he?
No, that was Christopher Cockerell.
Oh, you're quite right.
Yeah. which is the name Lee has in his door. It's something cock something. I can't remember exactly.
You'll have to change the names now, won't you? Because you've admitted them in public. And
I suppose so.
Future contestants...
Well, it depends if it's true or not, I suppose.
So, is it the truth?
I think it could be, yeah. I could imagine.
You think that he's changes his name to Reverend Wendy Benson, and Alexander Armstrong changes his name to...
Sir Peter Moorhouse.
Sir Peter...
That's exactly right.
Again, extra syllables, I think, the way he said it. I don't know, what do you think, Richard?
I think,
do you think it's true or a lie?
I'll say this. Yeah. If it's not true, I'm going to start doing it.
What's your instinct telling you? You've been on the show a while.
My instinct tells me it's a lie, because I don't believe he's higher status enough to have a dressing room.
I'll go lie.
It's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. So, Richard, truth or lie?
It is... true.
Gosh, it's true. Next. It's Joe.
To prove I could handle owning my dream pet, I first had to look after a series of other creatures, each one bigger than the last.
OK.
Well, so let's start with the dream pet, shall we, that we're working towards.
OK, what's the dream pet?
The dream pet was a lizard.
Whoa,
A lizard?
I would have picked a bigger dream pet than that.
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
And what was the sequence of animals you had to work up to?
So I started off with woodlice.
Woodlice?
Yeah.
Woodlice. They make a lovely pet.
Basically, what happened was, my mum said, you can't have a lizard. You need
How
to
big
prove...
was your lizard that you were hoping for?
One that could, like, fit on my forearm like that.
That big?
Yeah.
An iguana?
A big
Yeah, something
lizard.
like that, yeah.
You're not thinking of a crocodile?
No. So my parents were like, if you want to get a lizard, you obviously got to prove that you can look after animals.
And how did you prove with the woodlouse that you were a responsible
I had
owner?
to just look after them for a week and keep them alive for a week.
How did you do that with a woodlouse?
Just let them get on with it. Turns out they're pretty good. They can look after themselves.
So you took a woodlouse from under a stone.
Under a log.
And under a log, great.
I'm sure it wasn't a vlog.
What are you doing?
Writing that joke
All
down.
right, yeah. So you took the woodlouse, and what did you put it in?
In a little plastic container.
With food or with...
Bits of the log, bit of grass, that kind of thing.
Sounds like lousy accommodation.
Don't write that one down, Rob.
At the end of the week, it was still alive.
Yep.
And your parents said, great, it's time to upgrade to a...
Stick insects.
Oh, where did you
Quite a big
find
jump.
that?
So my cousin had some, and I was really jealous of them, and I really liked them, so he gave me some of his. And then I looked after them for a bit.
How did you look after them?
I had like an empty lollipop jar.
What had happened to the woodlouse, though?
I forgot about it. They were actually quite boring pets. They don't do a lot.
They're not very affectionate, are they? Woodlouse. But it wouldn't be better if they were.
Thing is,
I'm not sure. Go into the garden, all the woodlice are bounding up to you, trying to lick your face. I'm not sure.
that's the thing.
And how long did you have to keep the stick insects alive?
Just for another week.
And then at the end of that week...
This is where it all changed.
Oh,
so then was my first trip properly to the pet shop.
A horse.
I then got 2 giant African land snails to look after, and that was a whole different ball game. You've got to keep them moist at all times. So you've got to make sure it's like warm and wet, because they like that. That's when they're most active.
So what did you keep them in?
A big container, like a big, like what you put like stuff in and put it under your bed. What's it called?
Drawer?
That's it, like one of those plastic drawers.
Lovely hot, wet drawer.
Yeah.
Great.
Did you give these land snails names?
I did, yeah. Stanley and Shelley.
Named after...
Shelley. I like that.
Shelley, because...
Shelley.
Write that one down, Rob.
Yeah.
You may be good at dancing, but I'll decide which jokes make my book.
OK.
What was the next step after the snail?
The next step would have been the lizard.
Yes.
But it's the fact that I had these snails for so long, I just got bored of wanting any pet. It made me realise that maybe I'm not ready for
Very good parenting,
Yeah.
I would say, isn't it?
Literally waiting for the snails to die and put you off the lizard.
All right, what do you think?
It sounds believable.
Sounds
Does sound
believable. I think it's true.
You think it's true. So, Joe, were you telling the truth then, or were you telling a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. Next. It's Jennifer.
I deliberately bump into people who are walking around staring at their phones because I think they need to be taught a lesson.
Please do.
How severe?
I will walk
Can you
right
do a
into them.
demonstration if I'm on the phone? Could you demonstrate to the extent of how much you would push into me?
Have you got a phone?
Oh, like a mime. I'm an actor.
Why do you say that? So Lee is walking down Bond Street, looking at boutiques, thinking
I've got to be on the phone, haven't I?
No,
You're
looking at your
looking
phone.
at the phone, you idiot.
Oh,
looking at it.
not speaking.
No,
looking.
What are you
because then
doing
you
this?
see
You're
her.
texting. You're texting, or
Right. I'll get into the character.
Yeah.
OK. I wonder if that Jennifer Saunders is still alive.
Oh, sorry.
That was strong. That was strong.
Oh, she's still alive.
He's such a subtle and truthful performer, isn't he?
I'm presuming you've got a phone, and you look at your phone sometimes.
I stand still and to the side.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, that's very self-righteous from someone who steals from nunneries.
What do you think? Is she telling the truth?
I think that's true.
Yeah, I think it could be true.
I wasn't sure, but now I've had the feeling of it from her.
I think we should all start doing it. I think you could probably do it while looking at your phone, actually.
Yeah.
If you sort of glanced up, well, there's someone looking at their phone, look at my phone, someone...
It'd be great.
That's great, because you could do it while getting on with stuff on the go.
We should invent an app that shows you people in your area who are looking at their phone. But so you can see exactly them in front of you.
Yeah. See, where is this inattentive moron?
So what are you going to say?
I'd say it's true.
OK, Jennifer, were you telling the truth, or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a lie.
That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show, and I can reveal that David's team have won by 5 points to 1.
Well done.
Thanks for watching. Good night.